Hi there, it's Kute here, sending you much love wherever you are right now. In today's video blog, I want to talk a little bit about how to stop judging yourself. You know that thing that sometimes we all have done at some point, this judging thing that happens inside of our brain, inside of our minds, where you might be constantly telling yourself, you're not enough. What kind of judgments do you come up with within your own consciousness? You're not enough, you'll never make it, you're too fat, you're too short, your hair's too curly, your hair's too straight, you know, you're not light enough, you're not dark enough, you're not intelligent enough, you're not rich enough, you're not this enough, you're not enough. Ultimately, the root of all judgment stems to the biggest lie of all that we've been sold, the lie that has been perpetuated by the media and passed down to us from generations. The deepest lie that is at the root of all judgment is the lie that you are fundamentally not enough, that there is fundamentally something wrong with you, that just who you are as you are is not okay. This is underlying all the judgment. And whatever the judgment is, it stems from this core root that we must become aware of, that we must see through the illusion of that fundamental core judgment of all. And when you recognize the illusion of this judgment that you are not enough, that you are imperfect, that you are not whole, that you are not complete, when you see through that deepest illusion, it's an illusion, then all the mini judgments on the surface, my hair's not this, and this is not that, and that's not this, all of that starts dropping away when you realize the inherent perfection of your being, that at the depth of your being, as the soul that you are, there is a part of you that has never been touched. As the soul that you are, there is a part of you that is pure essence, pure light. No trauma, no pain, nothing that you do or don't do, no performance or misperformance can touch or change the inherent reality that you are enough, you are perfect, you are beyond enough, you are what you are. If you're looking for perfection at the level of your persona, at the level of your personality, there is no perfection, quote unquote, at the level of the persona, at the level of the personality, especially in the world. The world is a realm of changing imperfections and impermanence. The real depth of perfection beyond judgment is at the core of your being, where you are whole, perfect, and complete. So to really shift your relationship with judgment, you have to shift your relationship with who you are, because the degree to which you are conditioned to believe you are just this body, you are just this ego structure, you are just this identity, this persona, this personality that has just been conditioned and programmed from the past, the degree to which you buy into the illusion that you're just this form is the degree to which the ego will often judge yourself, judge you, because there is a misperception of what you are. And the job of the ego, is to seek, and to ultimately never find. And so the moment you actually realize the inherent perfection of your being, that's kind of threatening for the ego, because the ego now has nothing to do, so it's constantly judging, because if it judges, then it can constantly seek. So maybe it will read 17,000 books, and you'll learn, maybe have you ever read a self-help book and it says you have to do these 21,000 things in order to be free, and you have to do these 17 things in order to give up judgment. What if the very pursuit of you trying to stop judging yourself is actually keeping you stuck? What would happen if you actually stopped the pursuit of trying to stop judging yourself? Did that make sense? What if the very pursuit of you trying to stop judging yourself was actually keeping you stuck in judgment? Because that becomes another trap, that becomes another form of seeking. When I stop judging myself, then I'm going to be free. When I finally give up all judgment and I am like enlightened like the Dalai Lama, then I'm going to finally be free. And the ego loves that, because it's just a moving carrot, the cheese that's constantly moving. When I finally have that moment of no judgment nirvana, then I will be happy. What if that wasn't the case? What if it was a matter of shifting your relationship with yourself, recognizing who you are inherently? What if it was also a matter of simply embracing your humanity, embracing the fact that you are a human being, that you are a soul having a human experience, and you are here to learn, you are here to grow, you are here to evolve in this human body, that you might screw up, make mistakes. Ultimately, there's no mistakes, but how you're going to learn and grow and evolve is through experiences, and you're not going to do it perfectly, and ultimately that's perfect. Because at the depth of your being, you're always perfect. What if you were to actually embrace and celebrate your humanity, embrace and celebrate your uniqueness, embrace and celebrate your quirkiness, embrace and celebrate all of you? So what would happen if you actually got to shift your relationship to yourself? Sometimes in an effort, in a mad pursuit to stop trying to judge yourself, we often start observing ourselves, and when we observe ourselves, we try to fix ourselves. We try to not do the very thing that we're judging. We don't like a part of ourselves, so we try and we judge ourselves for doing that thing, thinking somehow that by judging yourself, that's going to improve you. And what I've seen sometimes in the personal growth industry is we kind of try to judge ourselves or bully ourselves into transformation. There are folks out there that I've seen that actually, you may have done this, I've done this in the past, but we bully ourselves. We beat ourselves up, we judge ourselves, thinking like, if I judge myself and I beat myself up, that will really transform me. All judgment does is simply reinforce the very thing, the very aspect of yourself, the very pattern within yourself that you are actually judging. So if you're judging something about yourself, thinking, well, if I judge myself and I beat myself up, that's going to cause me to change, transform, and stop doing that, it actually reinforces the very thing you're trying to change. And the sneaky thing happens is when you see yourself judging yourself, and then you say, well, I shouldn't be judging myself. So you judge the fact that you're judging yourself. Now you are doubly screwed because you're doubly judging. First you were just judging. Now you maybe read a book or got some enlightenment and realized I shouldn't be judging myself. So you see yourself judging yourself, and now you're judging the fact that you're judging yourself, which keeps you stuck in the matrix of judgment even more. Does that make sense? So what do you do when you observe yourself judging yourself? The key, rather than judging that, rather than trying to fix that, is to simply observe the fact that you're judging. Observe the fact that you're judging with no motive and no judgment. Now here's the thing, if you find yourself judging the fact that you're judging, observe that. If you find yourself judging the fact that you're judging, simply observe the fact that, I'm judging right now. And in that observation of your judgment, there is space. Then rather than meeting yourself or meeting your judgment with more judgment, you actually meet your judgment, the fact that you're judging yourself, with compassion. You can meet the part of yourself that is actually doing the judging with kindness. You can meet the part of yourself that is actually judging, that you want to change so it's no longer judging, with love. True healing is when you bring love to all of yourself. True healing is when you bring love to an aspect of yourself. And when you love yourself as you are, when you love yourself unconditionally. You see, we started judging ourselves at the core because often as children we weren't loved conditionally. Loving from our parents, from society, from culture, from friends was conditional. And deep down we learn something's not okay with me, so I have to be something other than I am in order to be loved. And if I could just be this way, then I'd be enough. And then we judge ourselves and we force ourselves to try and be that way. So the more you can simply learn to realize that who you are is perfect and just love yourself as you are. And that also means, see, it's a whole nother level of relating to yourself. What that means is even when you notice that you're not loving yourself, because there's going to be moments where you don't do it perfectly. You don't have to do it perfectly. There's going to be moments where you obviously judge yourself. There's going to be moments where you're obviously not loving yourself. And I'm saying that's okay. So even in that moment where you're not perfectly loving yourself, even in that moment where you're not being loving or kind, can you actually meet with yourself in that moment with love and kindness? I believe, my friends, it's not techniques that will set you free. It's not being mean to yourself that will set you free. It's not bullying yourself that will set you free. What will set you free is your ability to simply love yourself as you are. Not because you transformed, not because you got enlightened, not because you healed, but to simply love yourself exactly as you are right now. So what are the preconceived ideas that maybe you're holding within your own self, within your own mind? What are the preconceived ideas of how you're going to be or how you think you're going to be when you're free, when you're enlightened, when you're transformed? That you're actually waiting for that moment in order to fully love and accept yourself. And what if you were to drop those assumptions, drop those preconceived ideas, and exactly as you are right now, embrace yourself? Some of you might think, well, if I embrace myself just as I am, then how will I improve? How will I transform? Not embracing yourself as you are, even in this moment, actually keeps you stuck. And you might find a whole nother level of quickening. You might find a whole nother level of deeper transformation as you shift your relationship with yourself, your relationship with judgment, and just love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. Giving up judgment and giving up the pursuit of giving up judgment is ultimate freedom. Sending you big love wherever you are. If you enjoyed this video blog, please do share it with your friends. I'll be sending you weekly updates, videos, inspiration to your email box. Big hugs. Love now.